I understood from a very early age that I was different. And I didn't quite know at that very early age it was because I was gay. But what it has turned out is that difference, which used to frighten me, has made me stronger, has given me a clarity of the world that I think others don't have. And so I've tried to view that as a gift and use it as a gift.
When I met him when he was young, I thought I'd never met a person whose heart burned with the fire of social justice so strongly.
I'm one of those people who grew up as a gay man who never saw the word gay in any newspaper, in any magazine. There was no movie of the week. There was no discussion on election night. We were invisible. We didn't exist. So to turn on the television and see my life, see people who are like me, to see positive images, it's just extraordinary. It's like magic to me still. If you are alive today, you have a great moral obligation to live for all those who are not, who've given so much before you, who were the genuine pioneers.
When my partner died, I was very fortunate that I had 3 hours with him where he was lucid. And we were able to bring closure to a lot of personal things. But one of the things that he said to me is, promise me that you will do everything you can, that no one will ever have to experience the pain we experienced, that people no longer will be buried in shame, and families separated from their children, and people are no longer beaten up because of who they are, or death threats made because they speak their ideas. I have every intention to fight until I feel like a totally free man like any other American in this country.
Anyone who isn't a dreamer now, anyone who isn't optimistic, everyone who doesn't believe that we can create change hasn't taken time to look at the past. We're out, we're proud, we're in couples, we're families, things that in my wildest dream I never thought I would see.
I am so proud to be a gay man and standing in front of you tonight.
I think I'm an agent of change. I've tried to live my life on the edge all my life and go places where others were reluctant to go because I knew it was important.
That has been David Mixner's journey from civil rights to the anti-war movement to the liberation of his own community.
Sometimes when we become so successful, we want to make people feel good. Justice isn't about making people feel good. It's about making people free.
There is literally no way for me to articulate how blessed I feel to be considered a friend by such a great man and an icon of history, nor to verbalize how honored I am to present him with this year's Pioneer Award. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome my friend, the icon, David Mixner.
Thank you. Thank you. I've got to thank Glaad for putting me in this room tonight so that I know we have some yardstick of how far we've come. I've got to thank Neil for the extraordinary leadership that he has given, and Serrano for making it possible for me to be here. And for my friend, Stephen Guy, who has nursed me back to health the last 6 months. You know, and I know, that I received this award almost by default. That not sitting in this room tonight are 291 of my friends who died of AIDS, and my partner of 12 years. Each and every one of them had gifts and talents equal to any of those of us in this room. But most importantly, out of the tragedy, when the undertakers would not bury us, and insurance companies would not insure us, and dentists would not see us, arose an extraordinary community, one filled with love, and one filled with kindness, and one who developed institutions when those filled with hate. We did not become the haters. We did not become like them. We became filled with a nobility and a dignity that the world has rarely seen. So when I grew up and my friends were being put in hospitals for forced lobotomies by their families because they were gay, and my friend Freddie Davis at 16 killed himself, and my father told me that he was better off dead. From that moment to this room, we have a trail of tears that has led us to a power that none of us thought possible. The struggle is not done. I know there are those who would advise us not to push marriage now. Who here in this room would like to surrender their taxation rights, their immigration rights, their bereavement rights, their family leave rights for the comfort of a politician? It is not a struggle about comfort. It is about freedom. And nowhere in that splendid document of the Constitution of the United States does the word comfortable appear as a criteria for freedom. So fight on. Thank you. So, a pioneer means we've only just begun. And I've only just begun. Because I cannot live with myself. And I ask each of you before I leave, 20 years down the road, are you going to be able to live with yourself as the next generation of young LGBT members of our community? Look you in the eye and say, where were you in the greatest struggle in our history for marriage? Tell me what it was like. Tell me of the struggle. Tell me what I come out of. I hope you don't have to say, I was too busy and I missed it. So, on behalf of all those who are not in this room, who deserve this position more than I do, on behalf of all of those who died of hate crimes, and on behalf of you, because without you, I am nothing, I thank you from the bottom of my heart.